This is Everton taking on the Reliance Foundation Young Champs here at the Reliance Corporate Park in Navi Mumbai, Consoli. The Reliance Foundation Young Champs, the only side that stand a chance to face the teams ahead of them in the playoffs, because this is the only team that has 3 points on the table in this group. So they were Delhi losing all 3 games and ending up with 0 points. Whereas the Reliance Foundation Young Champs, they have 3 points to their name after beating Sodeva 1-0. Everton, on the other hand, beating Sodeva as well by just that 1 goal. And both the teams now facing each other in a form of a quarter-final, as the Reliance Foundation Young Champs still stand a hope of qualifying. But the boys from England, the boys from Merseyside, will be relentless as far as this game is concerned. Having a quick look at the Group A side, West Ham United qualifying today after their match with Stellenbosch, which was a heated affair. So it's West Ham and Stellenbosch from Group A making it through, and Wolverhampton Wanderers dominating proceedings in Group B and making it through. Everton and Reliance Foundation Young Champs, the last 2 teams remaining, and they will be facing off each other in this last group stage game. Well, not really a fixture that you would want to miss. The last group stage match, the last opportunity for an Indian side to beat a side from England, to beat a side from beyond the borders. Remember, Mohan Bagan is the only side that was able to draw West Ham United in the first game, 1-1, a game commentated by my co-commentator for the day, joining me in the gantry, Roshan Shetty, alongside me, Pranav Nambiar.
Well, thanks, Pranav. And we've been just coming up after that second match, and this is certainly huge. The stakes are high. The Reliance Foundation Young Champs have a chance here to qualify ahead. And you mentioned rightly so that they have a chance to be the only Indian team in this array of all these teams from the Premier League, alongside the teams from South African Premier Soccer League. This one is special for all the fans who love football and who love the Indian football as well. Young Champs, a lot of them, a lot of hopes coming up. They were resilient in that last encounter against Wolves. Conceded 2 goals, but I'll tell you what, looking at that juggernaut of Wolves, they have done a fairly great job. The Reliance Foundation Young Champs have a lot to win here, have a lot of experience up here.
Well, the team's working one last time in this group stage. Everton know what they're going to be up against. The Reliance Foundation Young Champs, the side that faced Manchester United in the year 2020. And they beat Manchester United by that 1 goal. So all eyes on the Young Champs, the last Indian side remaining in this tournament here at the Premier League Next Generation Cup in India 2023, presented by the Reliance Foundation, as Everton have a task ahead of them as well. Would they qualify and become the 3rd Premier League team to qualify into the finals, into the playoffs? West Ham and Wolverhampton Wanderers awaiting them on the other side of the bridge. And all that stands in their way is this side of Reliance Foundation Young Champs, wearing their traditional red colours, and Everton in their traditional home kits of blue. Our match officials for the day: Aditya, our match official, Sapam, along with Samarpal, 4th official, Ashwin. Well, this RFYC side, we have seen them time and again. Roshan, what do you have to say about them? A side that we've seen in the development league as well, and a side that we've seen always leading the development in Indian football.
Promising, with a lot of potential. The Arata Izumi side have truly a chance, a gem of a chance, as they've certainly done. They've been a part of this Premier League Next Generation Cup by the Reliance Foundation right from the inception back in 2019, as both the captains surge ahead for the handshake and the customary pennant exchange, along with the toss as well as the match official in between. Aditya. Everton side which has really faced the heat, literally the heat in Mumbai and also on the field as well, because it's not just the weather but the other teams as well. They started out on a losing note earlier on against the massive, intense Wolves, who put 4 against the side here.
Well, all smiles as of now, but you know it is going to be an intense 70 minutes ahead of this. Dylan Graham starting between the sticks alongside Daniel Maher and Brad Moonen, with Eddie Jones at the back. Odin Samuel Smith and Luke Butterfield holding the midfield. Jensen, Matthew, Owen, Kobe and Khalid, their skipper, number 10, will be ahead. Here is how the young champs line up. Ranit Sarkar, the goalkeeper, along with Arush Kamath and Nathan Asher Rodriguez. Shivaldo Singh along with Bunando Singh, with Franklin Robin Nazareth and Supratim Das, Hawaii Bombs, Sanan Mohammed, the goal scorer from last time, Vinan Vinay and Chirag Bhujal. Chirag Bhujal and Sanan Mohammed starting instead of coming off from the bench. Chirag Bhujal last time came off the bench against Sudaiva Delhi, whipped in a deadly cross and finished the game off in style by finding Sanan Mohammed on the receiving end from it, the stellar forward from the football crazy state of Kerala, getting that goal and confirming the victory, getting those ever important 3 points and sealing the deal for the Reliance Foundation young champs against Sudaiva Delhi. But all that matters now is that the Reliance Foundation young champs somehow find a rabbit out of their hat and beat this side, this Premier League side, and become the only Indian team to do that in order to qualify. But Everton is a side that refuses to give up, scoring a last-minute goal against Sudaiva, holding against Sudaiva, and denying Sudaiva the 1 point from a draw, and claiming, rather stealing the 3 points the last time they faced an Indian side. Still, horrors from the 4-0 defeat against their Premier League counterparts from Wolverhampton Wanderers echoes in their ears as Everton take on the field once again against the Reliance Foundation young champs.
Initially just getting or trying to get the focus. There have been two sides who are in that middle of the table, and 3 points from here would take them to the top, eventually qualifying for the next stage of this decorated tournament, the Premier League Next Generation Cup, brought to you by Reliance Foundation. We've seen Wolves with an emphatic victory last, and this time again the Reliance Foundation young champs have the onus on themselves to push forward this legacy. They've done pretty well in all the tournaments that they've had so far. A lot of exposure trips earlier on. The trip, of course, to Japan earlier on Rata Izumi side. They've seen and witnessed a lot of footballing action, experienced quite a lot of it as well. But they face a side, Everton, who would want to rake up their performance as the young champs now turn things back in their favour. Supratim Das, instrumental in that midfield, and we'll have to wait if that man Sanan Mohammed, who has been inspiring for that team, can pull off a goal here against the Everton side. Quick turn of events, young champs in the onslaught. It's Everton now surging forward. They've been playing in around, skating on thin ice just inside their 18-yard box. Immediately Sanan Mohammed there. Now they have to be careful about that man who's running. There's a quick foray there from the young champs. They have to watch for Vian Murgud and Sanan Mohammed, who can combine alongside Chirag Bhujal, who's very instrumental as well in the last match, was very key in that fight back against Wolves. Here's a chance that the first crosser comes inside there. Young champs, a promising talent now, a promising chance. Blasted this time. Oh, what a stunning save. What an absolute stunner pull there by Dylan Graham there from Everton. Flying attempt.
Well, talk about announcing your intentions right from the... Not backing down and showing the Premier League side that they're. Well, Kieran Driscoll, the head coach of Everton, he knows that his boys have clutched that 1-0 victory against Sudeva Delhi. But Arata Izumi, you know him, Roshan. You know his tactics. You know how he is. You know what works in that mind of his. And you know that they can do something special. Sanan Mohammed with the corner. Denied by the taller blue shirts. Shot coming in. And somehow it's still alive for RFIC, who are knocking on Everton's door. The boys from Merseyside, not used to this early fray of attacks. Here they come charging forward. Chirag Bhujal trying to get past. And he does somehow in such a tight space against Matthew Apter, who is probably twice his size. Look at that, Chirag. And the ball a little wet, the field a little wet. Because the sprinklers were on not just a few moments ago. Nathan Asher Rodriguez. Ranit Sarkar. He is replacing Malhar Mohal, the goalkeeper from the Sudeva game. Franklin. Sanan Mohammed. Oh, look at Mohammed trying to cut in, but this found RFIC side surely showing some promise. But Sanan Mohammed with a moment of madness, just getting a little impatient over there. He's getting the step overs right, but just a little early. And we know what the young boy from Kerala can do. And now Everton keeping the ball for themselves, passing it around. RFIC getting the ball. Shivaldo Singh, the skipper, sending it to Sanan Mohammed. Good stop there by Sanan. Plays it forward. Intercepted that cross there, boys from Everton. A little too far away from Goodison Park today, the Merseyside team. Here's Khalid. Khalid was the key player from the last game against Sudeva Delhi. It was his cross that was converted by Jacob Bowman-Clark. Some important names missing the action today for Everton. Starting off on the bench, Roman Dixon, one of them, along with Isaac Heath and Callum Bates. Isaac, I remember, was quite the eye-catching player from the first game, being a menace on that wing. Khalid, good stop by Khalid. Here come Everton. Good interception there by Nathan. Nathan Asher Rodriguez running forward with a lot of green space ahead of him. Good pass to Sanan Mohammed.
सर टॉकबैक चालू है क्या? आपका आने आप कॉल नहीं दे रहे थे कुछ मेरे को लगा.
Intercepted there. Everton moving forward. Luke Butterfield. Owen Baker. Rather Barker. Owen Barker. Franklin Robin. Nazareth. Played it back to the goalkeeper. Nathan Asher Rodriguez. Ranit Sarkar. Shivaldo Singh. Shivaldo calling in some support. Hawaii bomb. Nathan. Nathan. Franklin. Shivaldo. Look at how slowly RFIC are moving forward. They were moving so steadily up until now. They give up possession. And Everton on the break. A good interception there by Chirag Bujel. And Chirag forced out of play. Getting a little physical early on. Shivaldo Singh over there. And Franklin Nazareth, pardon. The referee just warning Franklin, not giving him a card. Here's Nathan Asher Rodriguez. Shivaldo. Nathan Asher Rodriguez. Passes it back to the goalkeeper. Looks like RFIC are looking for some space. Shivaldo trying to start an attack. Rolls it and sends it forward. And they're relying on Chirag to start a play. Again, Chirag get the ball is the real question. Bunando Singh. Chirag Bujel. An exciting player to watch, Chirag. Always twists and turns into the right regions. And Dylan Graham, who was happy to have a clean sheet against Sudeva last time around. Would love to have that clean sheet, would love to keep that clean sheet. Wolverhampton Wanderers, just to update the new viewers, beat Sudeva right now 4-0. Claim the 3 points and finish tabletop in this group, in Group B. And the team that finishes second in this group will be decided after this game. The team that wins qualifies for the playoffs. It's as simple as that. It's a form of a quarter-final, one could say. Here come Everton. Daniel Mahir. Intercepted by Nathan. Now moving forward, Supratim Das. Jensen. Matthew Apter. Jensen once again. This is Edward Jones. Trying to find Khalid. Ranit Sarkar. Nathan Asher Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to find a man in the midfield, but he just passes it on to the opponent over there. Daniel Mahir gets hold of the ball. A foul. Tackle from behind. Binan Vijay. Daniel Mahir sends it forward to Owen Barker. Owen Barker trying to get past Nathan Asher Rodriguez, who firmly says, "You shall not pass." And now, here come the young champs. Hawaii bomb moving forward. Quick passing. Stretching the play out with Sanan Mohammed. Mohammed trying to cut in, a little too ambitious, Sanan Mohammed. Arush Kamath intercepts. Sanan Mohammed has the space, goes for the shot but deflected away. Got a little excited over there, Sanan Mohammed. There was a lot of space. It looked like the goal was open right in front of him for a shot. But look at these RFIC boys hounding the Everton midfielder Jensen to get the ball.
They've been raring to go, isn't it? They really want that first goal, that initial breakthrough. 12 minutes on the clock then. To all the viewers who are watching us live on the Premier League YouTube channel, along with the Indian Super League and also the Reliance Foundation Youth Sports page. And they have really up the ante. It's just been an upward spiral for the young champs. And God knows what has Rata Izumi done to bring so much spirit back into these boys. They started off initially the campaign with a tough proceeding, but eventually they have just gathered that momentum and confidence as they move forward in this entire attempt to qualify for the next stage of this Premier League Next Generation Cup, brought to you by the Reliance Foundation.
There they go. Once again. And now in possession. Nathan Asher Rodriguez. Asher Rodriguez once again. Franklin Robin Nazareth. Good ball coming in, and there were some heads waiting for the delivery, waiting for the service, but the ball goes begging. Corner kick coming in for Reliance Foundation Young Champs. Sanan Mohammed with the corner, preparing everyone inside the box. I think it clipped off the head of one of the Everton defenders. Oh no, it hasn't. In fact, it's a goal kick. And now Everton with the goal kick. 15 minutes up. Still goal. Conceded 4 goals against Wolverhampton Wanderers. They might concede a goal from this move as RFIC build forward. Bonando Singh into the box. And Sanan Mohammed was waiting on the end of it. But the ball goes rolling. As I was saying, Everton, they have conceded 4 goals at first. They scored 1 goal against Sudeva. So their goal difference is -3. Reliance Foundation on the other end, their goal difference is 1. Or rather 0. No, it's -1. Pardon. It's -1, which means that if it's a draw over here, then by goal difference alone, Reliance Foundation Young Champs can qualify. So it's not just a win. Even a draw could maybe, just maybe, help Reliance Foundation qualify.
Well, they don't need a mellow draw. They will probably go for the kill there, Pranav, because that's how they're going to up the ante. They want it all guns blazing then. They're going to come out 16 minutes into the clock. RFYC, the Reliance Foundation Young Champs, have looked promising here. And it's just that they're failing to connect right in that edge of the box. Sanan Mohammed, I'll tell you, it's a given day, he can wreak havoc in that 18-yard box. Everton pushing it forward. They've shown some glimpses from that last victory against the likes of Sudeva there, pulling off, or rather snatching off that last-minute winner. That's what they would want to get Jacob Clark there, pulling off that important winner there. In comes a chance. They want that. Sanan Mohammed is at it again this time. So just forward, Vian Murgud. Still in the box. Now they're lurking around there. Everton have to be careful. Sanan Mohammed, a couple of step overs. Cross it inside. Curling away yet again. They just want that goal. They've been closing it down that time and again. And that's how that ball came in eventually. Look at that. Sanan Mohammed took his time and eventually curled it inside, just finding no player whatsoever there. That's how they've been wanting that.
Oh, the referee finally stops the play, Roshan, over here. Because I think Chirag hasn't gotten back up on his feet. This could be a big concern for the RFIC side, Roshan. Chalo, injury दिखाओ next second. Injury हुआ है field पे. Well, this could be a big issue. We've seen this before, Roshan, RFIC being riddled with injuries and then eventually the game being the expense. Oh, I think the physio is calling in for a change. Chirag Bujal was the key part. Oh, he's limping out. And this could be a concern.
Sir, injury दिखाओ ना.
And Chirag Bujal limping out. Chirag Bujal limping out. Shivaldo Singh giving the call that his team is one man down. Chirag. Oh, the physio is calling for a change, Roshan. Chirag is on the sideline. He might not be able to continue. This is a big problem for the Reliance Foundation young champs, because Chirag Bujal was their star wide man. But the change is coming in. Razibul Mistry, the prodigal son for Reliance Foundation young champs, will be replacing Chirag. He's warming up. And here he comes. Heartbreaking for Chirag. He will have to sit the game out. And Razibul Mistry makes his way in. Could this be an opportunity for this wide man, Roshan?
There it was. Chirag Bujal has been stepped out there from action, but here's a chance. Owen Barker alongside Kobe Berry. Everton. Razibul Mistry being brought inside there is what we hear from the centre. Oh, he's brought down. A free kick yet again. Probably be a card as well then. Booked there for that attempt. Now two back-to-back such challenges have come out. Oh, where is the ball? Well, he's just put off a blinder there. I want to ensure that they need to be wary of that missed tackle coming in from them. They have to be careful. I'm talking about a club like Everton, certainly, which has been, or rather having such a massive history along with them. Record 120 years in English football top division. Constantly they have competed at the top. And the youth, of course, academies produce the likes of Wayne Rooney. 9-time champions of the Premier League then, the Everton side. And we can confirm Edward Jones with that yellow card, confirming them. And Graham there, little under pressure now. And there it is. Edward Jones there with a free kick then for the young champs. Lofted delivery, headed away. Still in contention this time. Lofted over, a comfortable collect there from Graham then. We hear about the injury then. Turning forward. There is the shot taken from Supratim Das. Instrumental in that midfield then. A header, putting it away. It was the likes of Brad Moonen. Been a crucial component for all the defense which is coming. Frustrated there, Kobe Berry. Trying to move quickly there. Now there it is. They're calling in back for the game to resume from just that spot where it all started out. Let's have a look what happened there. Now the young champs are just wanting to cut their interception right away. It was quickly maneuvered inside, right across from Owen Barker. Chingambam Shivaldo Singh. Nathan Rodriguez. The back four have been crucial in building up play. That's how you do it. There's the long ball yet again. I'm just trying to find that single striker up ahead. It was Hawaibam Miti. As Chirag Bujal has been taken off a stretcher. To give you an update there. So crucial for that contact between the young champs. This assignment for them, trying to make a point. Ranit Sarkar has been taken ahead of Malar Mohol, who has had a phenomenal game last time round. So many saves, so many fine saves. saving the day for the young champs against a Wolves side which was on the kill and on the hunt right away from the start. Here's a chance. Quick turn ahead. A touch not in favour of what he wanted there. Quickly surging forward Everton and giving it a little time then. As 3 in blue now. Circle ahead. In comes Owen Barker. Oh, he's struggling to keep the ball within, well within. And then in comes Vian Murgud. On the other end was Arush Kamath, in fact, the defender. Running away and just wanting to get that ball or the player by any means. You have to be careful. Injury have really been a concern. We have the likes of ATK Mohan Bagan earlier on as well, who have been plagued by a couple of injuries. Young champs having their share of injuries as well. So sometimes in that field of football, not everything is under your control. In comes the captain. Surging ahead with smooth confidence right across. The back four have been building it from behind for the young champs. It just means that the quest for the goal will be a little longing then. In contention, Supratim Das pulls the trigger. And inches away then. This was the chance which came in. And was the ball which is put in right across there. Nathan Rodriguez. And then Supratim Das with the shot which just flew by.
Well, this is turning out to be an end-to-end game, I'll tell you that. But Chirag Bhujal being carried off on a stretcher here is surely a heartbreaking sight for the Reliance Foundation young champs. Hopefully everything gets better.
सर वो स्ट्रेचर पे जा रहा हो दिखाना है क्या? नहीं ना.
नहीं.
ठीक है.
Well, if you look at the schedule up ahead, then on the 25th of May we'll be playing the playoffs. But as of now, the schedule for the defenders for Reliance Foundation Young Champs is to defend this particular attack from Everton. Here come Everton, Khalid. Here's the shot coming in, and that goes off. Begging, it's wide. Jensen trying to curl it in. Oh, look at that. How close was Jensen from scoring the goal? The ball curling in as well. But Reliance Foundation young champs, they cannot get complacent. Here's Khalid. And Khalid still menacing in forward. His teammates screaming and shouting for him to pass the ball. But he keeps the ball with himself a little longer than needed. Bunando Singh passes it behind. Nathan Asher Rodriguez. Razibul Mistry, a replacement for Chirag Bhujal for the day. He wasn't expecting to come on so soon. Oh, critical mistake over there. Can Kobe Ebra make some advantage? As of now, he can't. Shivaldo Singh just commanding his entire team with just his eyes, showing them what to do. Supratim Das. Nathan Asher Rodriguez. Franklin Robin Nazareth. Good stop there. Can he keep the ball with himself? Hawaii bomb. No. Gives away the ball. And here's Kobe Ebra. He's got 5 red shirts marking him. But Kobe Ebra dancing through. Kobe Ebra goes over the crossbar. That could have been a magnificent goal. It could have been the goal of the season for Kobe. Everyone with the RFIC sigil was chasing him down. But look at him dancing past them. But the top left corner was not too far away. Everton looking dangerous. Reliance Foundation, young champs. They need to knock on the Everton door. Otherwise, Everton will keep pressing forward.
As we approach the 30-minute mark here, and Everton have just pulled up their socks. A couple of attempts. Kobe Berry with a poison there, trying to maneuver inside. Young champs on the counter now. Quick touch and go, then in comes a chance! Well, flowing and flowing, that went too quick then. Sanan Mohammed there with what a shot, and just the left footer which almost found the back of the net from the angle where he was running inside. This is how the shot came in. It was a chance put forward by Arush Kamath, curled it inside, and then eventually that touch earlier on. And that's the cut which eventually got inside. And look at that. Young champs have a spirited team which has been evident in all the games that I've seen. Look for a team like this, which is eventually developed. We talk about them in the Reliance Foundation Development League, losing out in that semi-finals against Sudewa. And then since then, it's just been an upward spiral for them. That's how you build a team. Kudos to Arata Izumi, the ex-India international, traded his likes alongside Kerala Blasters. ATK Mohan Bagan as well earlier on. But this is a different ball game when you come down to coaching. And the transfer of temperament, the transfer of all that you've learned eventually at the top tier of Indian football. We just touched that 30-minute mark here, waiting confirmation for that one added time that we'll have. Everton pulling up. Yerzabin Barker. Lovely ball there. Has to pull it out. Kobe Berry drops his shoulders, has to cross it inside. Two in red. Eventually too fast out there. Talking about the ball. Berry was chasing it. And just confirming that in a bit. Everton have looked a little poised and confident in that last effort, as we just have one player who would want to get a little medical attention as we push ahead with just that last couple of minutes into this first half of this competition. Let's have a look at what happened out here. Oh, there was that attempt flying in. And just a challenge earlier on of what has happened eventually so far in this first half. And then a couple of attempts. This was one which just curled past, and Ebere with that effort. And just a couple of seconds out into this first half, the competition. We've just seen a one-sided affair earlier on, between Wolves and Sudewa. This is a tightly contested battle across teams who are really fighting it out to make a mark and eventually position themselves, cement their position right into the next round.
Still not over. They're fighting for the second spot. The team that comes second here will be facing West Ham United, remember. The team that came second. Stellenbosch, tabletop, will be facing Wolverhampton Wanderers on the final day. What a match that would be. The team that comes fourth will face the team that has finished fourth. So Deva will be facing Bengaluru. A repeat of the Reliance Foundation Development League, but it's a bad tackle over there. Coming in from behind. Risky tackle. Quick substitution coming in, and another number 7 coming off. Owen Barker makes his way out, and Isaac Heath makes his way in. But he's a stellar talent, Roshan, let me tell you that. He is a fine player to watch, and let's hope Isaac is in fine form today.
And just remind all the viewers who might have tuned in, you're watching us live on YouTube channels of the Premier League, of the Indian Super League, and also the Reliance Foundation Youth Sports. And having a look at how that happened, as we're just a couple of minutes away then from the first half. Remember, we're playing 70 minutes out here at the Reliance Corporate Park, and 35-1, as it so far has looked a tightly contested battle between two teams, one from England representing the English Premier League and one from India, Reliance Foundation Young Champs, an academy which has been the talk of the Tinsel town with their performances over the last couple of years. Here's a chance. Kamath with a cross-in could have done better eventually in that maneuver inside. He knows himself as well. But a corner there now. Young Champs, probably with a minute down in Dekidi into this competition. We'll have to wait and understand, have to convert that now. Sanan Mohammed, what's the thing there now? You've seen a flurry of crosses coming in. None of them have been converted so far, as a barrage of players in red have circled that. Aims for the centre, gets a touch there, trying to flick it off, but Everton are back on the counter yet again. Now this time on the other end, as you're watching it, still in there, Supratim Das alongside Kamath, Sanan Mohammed as well. Everton, ball being tossed from one end to the other. In the last couple of minutes, you've seen end-to-end Ebere. They're trying to pull off. Oh, well, there he was, and trying to pull that player from behind. A challenge which was called up by the referee in centre. Kobe Ebere being probably called off in that. And the situation has been so far in favour of Reliance Foundation Young Champs, who have just been in that position. There was that little challenge. Now look at how he's running. Just trying to bring him down. There was no connection and contact of the ball. Not really needed on that occasion. And just confirming, 2 minutes of added time then into this first half of this all-important battle. We'll have to see how things are eventually going to pan out, because like Pranav just rightly mentioned, a point to each of them. Eventually it'll all come down to the goal difference, with -3 that for Everton, thanks to that first encounter against Wolves, who put 4 across, and then a fighting spirit by Young Champs to just concede 2. So it'll mean that Young Champs will eventually pushing forward. Here's a chance then. Sanan Mohammed racing forward, but this time round, Daniel Maher. Still a chance. Young Champs are fighting it out. A couple of changes there we can expect out coming in the second half. And Young Champs, that's what they're doing well. Now see how high they're pressing. With that last line of defense eventually coming forward. Have to be careful in that counter. Ebere off towards Matthew Apter. Surging forward in a quest to find that goal. Brilliant save there. Brilliant defending then. Just that lovely touch coming in from Shivaldo Singh. And giving in that important touch right away from... which really stopped them from that incursion. This is how that happened. Look how well he's been trained to take in those challenges. Chingambam, Shivaldo Singh, brilliant defending. This speaks volumes about the kind of techniques that they're using. Here's on the other end, Everton still scrambling it out in that 18-yard box. And we've just crossed the 2-minute mark, but Everton can still make it count well this time round. We'll have to wait and watch what exactly is... Oh, it is the yellow card. No way. That's the yellow card. And Chingambam Shivaldo Singh, we just spoke about him of having a clean challenge, and the irony is he's just got a yellow card for another one.
Talk about a commentator's curse right there. That was a little too much on Khalid. If look at him, look at his face. He was shocked, because he knows that an area like that, to concede a free kick from a spot like that against a team like Everton, could be risky. Well, Khalid is still on the ground, and that could be a concern for the Everton side. No physios rushing out. Everton with their... a yellow card, surely. But this is where Everton can truly knock on that Reliance Foundation Young Champ door. Well, the coaching staff from Everton watching this game carefully. And now Jensen and Isaac standing over the ball. Khalid is back on his feet. Jensen goes for the cross. No, he doesn't. He takes a touch forward, sends in the ball, and it's headed out by one of the red shirts. The referee does not allow the counter-attack. He stops it and nips it right in the bud and calls the first half to a goalless end. Well, 35 minutes of enthralling football could not decide a winner. It's still goalless. It is still anyone's game. And if it remains goalless, then the Reliance Foundation Young Champs will finish second on the table purely because of the goal difference.
Sir, highlight there. Waiting.
Let's have a look at the highlights from the first half. The last Indian side that has chances of finishing second on the table, that has a chance to beat an English side, going neck and neck against Everton. Starting off the match with incredible save, Dylan Graham, but the boys from Reliance Foundation Young Champs asking these questions right from the get-go, challenging Everton, showing them that they're far away from home. And the Reliance Foundation Young Champs, the comfortable home side, was not very comfortable towards the middle of the second half, especially against Kobe right here. Was dancing through the Reliance Foundation Young Champ defense. This was another chance, and after missing a few chances, the game did get a little physical. But these corners from Sanan Mohammed, the service has been on point, but the finish is what both Everton and the Reliance Foundation Young Champs need. As the first half ends goalless, still 35 minutes of football remain to end the last group stage game at the Premier League Next Gen Cup presented by the Reliance Foundation. Sir, comms cut.
गोल
आजा 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 बॉल ना नो लुक बंदे आजा आजा कर दे इधर से आजा इधर से आजा इधर से पेनल्टी मार हाँ पेनल्टी मार पेनल्टी आजा एक पेनल्टी जैसा मारना ऐसा है क्या चल मतलब आजा चल आजा मतलब मुझे बोल लगता हो तो पता नहीं कुछ चाबी लेना पड़ता है कुछ जाके जमा कराओ क्या करे तुम गोल मारो बॉल लेना यार हम क्या करें तो बॉल लेना इतना सारा देना देना Hello and welcome back then to the second half of this game being played between Everton and Reliance Foundation Young Champs. The Young Champs in their red scoring from left to right in front of your screens, and the Evertons in their blue. A match which is crucial for both these teams right out here. Reliance Foundation Young Champs would want to make it to the next round, and that's how it becomes absolutely crucial for these teams to make it. We had a substitution, of course. That man, Roman Dixon, has made his way inside in place of Edward Jones. Roman Dixon has, of course, been so instrumental in that progress of Everton. Both these teams have eventually bettered their performance as last time. This is how that last tackle panned out, somehow struggling till the end. It was the likes of Khalid Jungpata who was surging forward in for a set piece now for Everton right at the start of the second half. And Jensen Metcalfe, and from that midfield would rising there, calls it inside. Everton this time away and out, no problem whatsoever in trying to make the Young Champs jittery somehow. They have been raising their bars time and again. Very crucial that Everton looking forward to push into that attacking the time and again. He's been brought down, and eventually it was just a tangle of legs there. No cards whatsoever, not intended there in that situation. Oh, there he is trying to get back on his position, Luke Butterfield. Thankfully so, no card given there. Of course unintentional with the effort. Here's a chance. Young Champs, well, there it is. Chingambam Singh just had a little expression there towards that striker quickly, but has to be careful because Everton can probably rake in a flurry of attack in their kitty just as we move forward with another movement. Everton, like I mentioned, down with -3 in their goal difference. Young Champs with -1. Very crucial for these teams to get their victory. You know, Pata intercepting out for a corner then.
Well, this Everton side, they're relying on individual brilliance, I must say. These magical interceptions, these magical insurgencies by Kobe and Khalid. Khalid back then trying something effortless over there, but somehow it was denied by the RFIC side. Now, it is quite the pleasant evening over here at the Reliance Corporate Park, Consoli. It's the latest we have played a match. It's beyond 10 o'clock. But both the teams enjoying a match away from the dreaded heat of Mumbai, as they should. If you look at the Reliance Foundation young champs, in the beginning of the match, they were creating chances, they were knocking on Everton's door. But later on, Reliance Foundation young champs just relying on their disciplined passing routines, being the side that moves around the ball a little better. And Everton, they're yet to unfold their passing prowess. And then they just might with this move. Here come Everton, looking dangerous, the boys from Merseyside. Good passing, intercepted in the end. Can they start a counter-attack with this move, Reliance Foundation? Here they come, the boys from England, looking sharp, trying to go past the defender over there. But it has been denied. No real foul over there. I think it was completely on the ball. Here come Everton. This is Odin Samuel-Smith. Passing it on to Brad. Isaac. Isaac sends it behind. This is Brad once again. Odin. And now Daniel Maher, who sends it forward. Matthew Apter gets on the end of it, squares it in, and there he gets it. Kobe finally gets that goal. He was begging for it, Kobe. He's been creating chances. He's been looking deadly in the box. And Matthew Apter sent him the cross that mattered the most, the pass that mattered the most. And Everton gets that goal. Look at Matthew Apter. Shivaldo Singh was trying to block him. Nathan came in to block Kobe. But Kobe, so deadly inside the box, could not miss within the 9 yards. And it's Kobe Ebire who gets the goal for Everton. First blood for the boys from Goodison Park. And Reliance Foundation young champs trail by the single goal. It's still game on, remember, because the draw could still mean that RFIC have chances of finishing second in this group below the Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Started out on a bright note, Everton, with a goal by the man who's been constantly and consistently knocking the doors, Kobe Ebere. Quickly down, and Reliance Foundation young champs. Oh, there they are, the ex-India international, the likes of Gormangi Singh, Merajuddin Varu, alongside Renedy Singh as well. Out here to watch this all interesting matches that have been up in the Reliance Corporate Park for the last few days now, as we build up to the business end of the season. They'll be near to witness these games live in action. In comes Everton yet again. What a chance! Oh, rattles the woodwork. What a stunning presence there, of course. And this time round, Matthew Apter, well, with a panache in his shot. Look at that maneuver inside, cuts in deep, and then what a shot. Would have been a stunner, absolute stunner there. That could have gone in there. Matthew Apter, well, came in close this time round. And Everton all of a sudden have turned the tables then out here at the Reliance Corporate Park. Quick maneuvers, quick thinking, exceptional ball positioning is what is the standout now. Everton have really pushed themselves higher, certainly to their potential, and young champs have been on the receiving end. And if you're an Indian football fan, probably not a good news for you. Everton have now seeing through and through this game with one goal, but I'll tell you what, still plenty of time there in the hands as young champs surge ahead in their quest. Here comes a cross this time. Young champs, well, going for their goal from a distance. There was that attempt which came flying in yet again. It was, in fact, early on, Bonando Singh trying to pull off an exceptional shot there. in from that right flank, squared it inside. Everton pushing ahead now. They've looked promising in the last two attempts that have come in. Still to see how young champs are dealing with that. Perhaps they've shown a reaction, if not a response, then quickly off to their attempt, which came flying in last moment. Here's attempt yet again. Daniel Maher off towards Khalid Jungpata, made into the playing 11 this time round. Here's a chance. Quickly puts another ball. Now this is where they're really wasting in those attempts. Have to be careful. Luke Butterfield there. Second ball, which has found no man there. But nevertheless, they're attempting, trying to maneuver in through that right flank. They know there's a small weakness or a blemish in that part where there's a gap which is being exploited time and again. Young champs, calm, composed. This is what really matters. And they've shown that against a team which has perhaps been one of the strongest in this competition, Wolves. Everton have got better and better. Kudos to the last victory down out there against Everton, which really made a way for this kind of a play down there. And it's been interesting to see how things go forward from here on. Jungpata called in from the referee then right away. It was a moment that, and this is how it turned out. It was Khalid turning forward, and this Ebere trying to keep his body while the ball flew in. And the captain there, Shingambam Shivaldo Singh, has been across everywhere, pulled off some fine saves, received a yellow card as well. And that's what is all for the front. Remind you of Sergio Ramos then. Headed away, Everton. Slowly and steadily cementing their command here with a goal already in the kitty, young champs. Remember, we'll at least need a draw then to push ahead. A 3-point for Everton, and they'll be going through. Wolves, the first team, of course, have made it to the top into the next round. Earlier in the day today. Here's a chance yet again then, surging forward. Matthew Apter. Khalid gets inside, he's been brought down. This is the little touch which came in there. Ebere this time round, deflected quickly from the position. Supratim, in fact, it's Hawaiba Miti. Quickly moving forward. Yes, Supratim Das. Young champs. Rolling up the sleeve yet again. Maneuver is back towards that man. Hawaiba Miti inside the box. Has to turn in quickly. Here's a shot and ballooned it right away. There's no chance whatsoever to pull off anything from there. There's a lot more in that moment to quickly push forward. There was the chance. Surging forward and ballooned it away.
And now here they come again. Everton. This fullback is a special guy, Banando Singh. Always so enjoyable to watch. Here come Odin. Odin Samuel Smith. Passes it to Brad Isaac. Quick one-touch pass. Can he find Isaac again? Roman Dixon. Kobe trying to fake his way in, and it's on the side net. Kobe Ebere. He's got a burst of confidence within him. Roman Dixon just sending the ball towards him. But Shivaldo Singh was not letting Kobe Ebere free. That's a throw in to Reliance Foundation. And here come Reliance Foundation. Everton just sending their men behind. They're sitting back. Would the Reliance Foundation young champs punish them for that? Matthew Apter once again in the same region. Last time he had the ball and was on the run. The boys from Goodison Park scored. Here's Khalid. Khalid finding the room. Khalid gets the goal and seals the deal. The skipper from Everton makes room, makes way, and gets himself on the score sheet. And Everton have signed off the team sheet. They've signed off the score sheet. And the side from England reigns supreme once again. Matthew Apter's run. Khalid somehow collects the loose ball, makes all the room, and past 3 defenders, including Ranit Sarkar, the goalkeeper, fires a shot with that right boot of his. Look at how he finds the room, Khalid. He just goes for the shot, bottom corner, bang. And Khalid gets a goal. And Everton FC, they lead 2-0. And that could be the game. Reliance Foundation young champs needed an equalizer. They didn't need a win, they needed a draw. It's still not impossible, but surely is twice as difficult as it was 20 seconds ago. The chance to equalize. Some rough physical play. And the boys from Everton getting a little heated up. Jensen not happy with that tackle on him. He shouldn't be. Look at that. Some rowdy football. And that's just how the Premier League works. Arata Izumi. What's brewing in his mind? Good tackle there coming in from Daniel Mahir. Well, the teams are returning to their dugouts for a water break, perhaps before this throw-in, because there's an injury on the field as well. Hopefully nothing too serious. Well, the referee having a quick word with Supratim Das before things get heated. Maybe telling him that the time is his. Well, Everton, Khalid, the goal scorer. Well, it's a good day at the office for the young lads from Everton FC. They're 2-0 up. Reliance Foundation yet to find a goal. Apart from that Sanan Mohammed goal, they haven't scored in this tournament so far. Let's have a look at the first goal. Matthew Apter, he saw Kobe waiting for the delivery, and Kobe saw that there was pressure on him, but he was too venomous with that final finish, with that one touch. Goal, easy as you like it. Just squeezed it through and got the goal. Well, still 18 minutes of play left. 18 minutes should be enough for RFYC to equalize. Shivaldo Singh. He'll be a little unhappy, Shivaldo. He was yearning for a clean sheet today. Nathan Asher Rodriguez. Shivaldo. Lots of space ahead of the Reliance Foundation skipper. Quickly plays it to Franklin, who plays it to Nathan. Again, the RFIC side, they pass well. But Roman Dixon and his gang, they can dribble past people. And that could prove to be a deadlier feat in a game of football. Khalid. No one insurgencing into the box. Daniel Mahir switches a play. Roman Roman Dixon denied. Foul, and there could be an argument over there. Jensen, oh, he was a little heated over there. Jensen, look at that. Not just a tackle, but some banter as well. Things are surely getting a little heated here. Well, that little stunt of his has merited him a yellow card. Jensen from Everton. He gets a yellow card. He's a little angry. Roman Dixon with the interception. Good one-touch football. Matthew after. Lovely turn there. He finds Khalid. Lots of red shirts around Khalid, but Kobe waiting for some service. But Khalid is taking on more pressure. Tried to cut in. He was unable to move forward. Oh, this is looking good. Vinan, great ball by Vinan. This could be a chance. Sanan Mohammed. One-on-one with the goalkeeper. That's the best chance he could have gotten. That's the best chance any Indian team has gotten against the foreign side. One-on-one with the goalkeeper and Dylan Graham. That's the best he could have done. Sanan Mohammed, maybe just an extra touch, and he could have nestled the ball into the net. But how close was that, Roshan? 2-0 still.
Tried to push him forward there. In fact, it was the likes of Bian Murgud up ahead. What is more important is young champs. They have some time left in this competition. I've seen them delivering excellent team character there. Resilient, relentless in their pursuit. But here the story has been different. Everton look pretty comfortable now in their attempt to get the 3 points. Looks like, at least for now. Well, but football has been a game of surprises. And just that unscripted drama which we all know as we push forward. Everton have just got things right in the second half. And then of course in that second half, in that contest, Everton now would be eventually looking forward to just defend perfectly. It's that last attempt which came in. Just wanting to understand, there have been a lot of changes coming forward. Here's Khalid. There. Matthew Apter will do anything now. Probably it's getting a little ugly there. We've seen a little bit of that scuffle earlier on. Here's a change then. We have Jacob Clark, the man who got the goal for Everton last time round, now being brought inside by Kieran Driscoll there. I tried to turn around. Oh, there's the little challenger from Matthew Apter, who got in that all-important attempt earlier on. Here it is. We just touching that 1 hour mark. And of course, almost close to midnight there in India, but football action doesn't stop. For ones who've loved it. And Kobe Abere was had a great game. Got a goal as well. He's now being substituted. They want their premium strikers up in fine fettle then, while they get back into the next game in the next round. Young champs, the Arata Izumi side, have built it up great, but what's been lacking so far is the goals. They've showed great character, great fight back and great spirit. but they need the goals. Bottom line. Or just that attempt. And Reliance Foundation Youth Sports, of course. It's the Reliance Corporate Park here in Mumbai. Nestled perfectly just between scenic mountain, two turfs, a natural and an artificial one. You know, watching the one on the natural grass, of course, could be delight to any football fan. And there's just that build-up which has been interesting to this competition as well. We have an international stage with all teams coming in with their best sides. Is everything for you to view there. Here's a chance. Chingambam Singh spreading his vision, getting there quickly. Yeah, here's a chance. We've seen substitutions. Razibul Mystery now comes in. Khalid surging ahead, tall, lanky, pacey and crafty as well alongside. Quickly turned forward. He's been brought down. They're not going to bog down, but yes, Supratim. Plenty of those red shirts are up ahead now. Has to pass the ball to the right. There it is. Just spoke about pass, and there it is. A misplaced pass yet again. Oh, there's a change then. We have Alex Kontujam who comes inside now. Also lining up is Karthik Thirumalai. Two changes then from young champs. And the change is there. Now, fresh pair of legs inside for the young champs. With probably 10 minutes left in the clock, is there anything that they can do? Hawaii Bamiti being brought inside into the bench. Ashpalande was handy as well in the last time round. If we just cross that 1 hour mark here then at the Reliance Corporate Park, young champs are surging. If not to equalize, at least get the first goal here. Attempted quickly and he's brought down, but keeping possession, clean tackle there. No problem whatsoever.
Karthik Thirumalai has subbed out Razibul Mystery. So Razibul Mystery, who himself was a substitute, has made his way out. And maybe things didn't work out. Chirag Bhujal's absence is surely being felt. It's 2-0. And if it weren't for that Sanan Mohammed miss, it could have been 2-1. You can't go back to those moments in football, because then everything will lead up to one thing or another. Football is the most live-in-the-moment game out of all the sports, because every moment can change the game. Every moment can prove to be special. Every moment can prove to be heartbreaking. And it could be heartbreaking here for the young champs, because they're trying their level best to build up the play from the midfield. But now the Everton boys, they're keeping the ball with themselves. They're not losing possession. Look at the way they're passing now. Dylan Graham, he's being pressed there by the RFYC boys. Jensen. Rash pass there by Jensen, it just goes out of play. Sanan Mohammed. Sanan Mohammed goes for the cross, and a header was anticipated over there. But a header was far away from happening. Sanan Mohammed maybe should have taken a little more time. Vinan unable to get on the end of it. Roman Dixon is on the ground. Well, 7 minutes of regulation time left, but Everton are comfortably ahead, mainly because of this man, Matthew Apter, involved in both the goals. The first one directly through an assist to Kobe Abire, who gets the goal, and then the second time to get the ball till this area and then leaving it up to the captain and the skipper, Khalid. Well, the skipper was the reason they won against Sudewa as well. Khalid getting that also important assist to Jacob Beaumont-Clark. Jensen. Roman Dixon coming in.
No, help him on. Fuck me.
Shivaldo sends the ball into Sinan Mohammed, who was not in the position that the sender was expecting him to be. It was Franklin who sent in that ball, but Sinan Mohammed, well, if he would have been there, he would have been offside. 5 more minutes, perhaps, of regulation time. It's been an enthralling game of football. It's been an enthralling day of footballing action at the Premier League Next Generation Cup 2023, presented by the Reliance Foundation. We've got matches going on since 4 o'clock in the evening. Sinan Mohammed sends in a very, very ambitious cross. Could that be finished with a left footer? No. Mistimed shot, and Everton will get the loose ball. Good ball by Sinan Mohammed. But Reliance, they need to do better inside the box. Everton experiencing another injury.
Sir, at least last attempt का replay
चला सकता है क्या? Well, the Everton lads are looking calm and composed because the physio has just given the thumbs up. Well, that was Sanan's delivery from the wide area, and he was expecting a better finish there from Karthik Tirumalai. Karthik got the ball to his left foot, and it's not the play, it's not the build-up, it's the final finish.
5 to go. Keep the ball.
येलो कार्ड किसको दिया? बेंच पे किसी को दिया? ये कोच को रेड येलो दिया क्या?
Sinan Mohammed making his way in, and Sinan Mohammed denied by a clearance by Callum Bates. Roman Dixon clears it out for a corner. But in other news, for some reason, for the infringement of play, maybe because of the interference, Arata Izumi, the head coach of Reliance Foundation, just received a yellow card, and he can't believe it still. Because Arata Izumi has been booked. Maybe the first coach to be booked.
सर एवर्टन के प्लेयर का नाम है कोई और ही कुछ बोलता ही डाल दिया.
There's a ball coming in. Somehow he has stopped the ball over there. In comes the service. Oh, it's a massive collision inside the box. But Everton is out on the counter. The collision won't matter because here they come, Everton. Another moment for Jacob Clark. Just a couple of minutes left for the game to come to a fitting end. Everton have been the stronger side in the second half especially. In the final minutes, Everton have dominated things. But when the game started off, when the game opened up, Reliance Foundation young champs surely looked threatening. Sanan Mohammed still trying to get past Roman Dixon. Here comes Sanan Mohammed. Roman Dixon marking him well. He tried to pass it behind, but Isaac intercepts. And now Jensen. Jensen's got pressure on him. So he passes it forward to Matthew Apter. Matthew once again. Daniel Mahir. Fine interception there by Callum Bates. Daniel Mahir. Khalid. Daniel Mahir. Brad Moonen. Jensen. Ball moving forward. Can they keep it in the line they have? Daniel Mahir. Khalid. Jensen. Isaac. So comfortable and cool over the ball, Isaac. Jensen. 4 minutes of stoppage time, says the fourth official. That's quite a lot. Matthew Apter, play stopped. Maybe due to offside. Match official Aditya has been in top form today. He's marshaled and supervised the game well. Here they come. Shivaldo Singh sends in the ball. Oh, there's a chance on Mohammed. Is he onside? He is. And yet again, it is the Keralite forward who gets himself on the score sheet. Sanan Mohammed with a goal for RFYC. It's 2-1. And Sanan Mohammed becomes the first Indian forward in this edition of the Premier League Next Generation Cup to score a goal against an English side. And Karthik Tirumallai somehow set it up for him. And now it's 2-1. But Sanan Mohammed, can they still do something special over here? Here's Sanan Mohammed. Mohammed with the pass in. It's still play on. RFIC have just made this extra time the most exciting 4 minutes of the entirety of the group stage.
Just mentioned right, Pranav, a goal which is really brought back Sanan Mohammed. They're relying on his services right away with a goal which has just brought back a little hopes to the young champs fans as they get again. Can they equalize? If they do, it'll be berserk bonkers. What a strike. Oh, it's still there. It's still there. Oh, and for a second, a heart was in a mouth. This is what is happening in the last 4 minutes. Well, might as well be the most exciting one. Look at that. Surged ahead. What a shot. Curled away. Was out for a second. But then the goalkeeper there, Graham, quickly grabbing onto that. What a game of football. What a game of football. In the last couple of minutes, it's just been exciting. Young champs have suddenly given all the Indian football fans hopes. This for a young generation which is watching, which is in fact playing, and in the times to come as well. And this is how that just that last goal which came in as we are up and rising. This is that last goal which happened earlier on. Sanan Mohammed quickly grabbing that opportunity, and Everton conceding their first year.
Well, it's the 5th goal Everton has conceded in this group stage. 4 against the Wolverhampton Wanderers and now against the Reliance Foundation Young Champs. Obviously, the referee is going to consider the injury time that was spent over here. Can the Young Champs shock everyone by equalizing and finishing second? Cross coming in, Dylan collects it. Sanan Mohammed was hovering around Dylan. For a cross coming in from Kamath. And Sanan Mohammed was on the wrong end of the goalkeeper. But they're giving it their all, the Reliance Foundation Young Champs. All eyes on Aditya, the match official. Will he blow the whistle and call the game to an end? Or will he give Reliance another play? Cleared out. The Everton boys have all pulled out of Reliance Foundation's defensive area. Shivaldo Singh will want to surge forward along with Bunando Singh. They're playing it back.
They've just given us some exciting moments, haven't they? The Young Champs run off.
They surely have. And a game that was supposed to be game set and done is right back into the boiling pot, and that is the sport of football for you. Because here's Kamath with a control that could have maybe given them a chance, just maybe. But what a match. An Indian side scoring a goal against a Premier League side, and that is a small win that they can take away from this game. Sanan Mohammed will never forget the fact that he is a goal scorer against a Premier League team called Everton. And Roman Dixon appreciating him for that. The young forward from Kerala can take away a bag of memories in this group stage. But what a game against Everton the Reliance Foundation Young Champs have had. Everton surely the stronger side in the second half, no doubt about that. But Dylan Graham, kudos to him. He has been sensational between the sticks today. He has made some fabulous saves. If it weren't for Dylan Graham, then Everton would have not so easily shared forward. But Ranit Sarkar, on the other hand, he was questioned as well by Kobe and co. Harish Kamath with deadly deliveries into the box, which were denied by Dylan. And the game started getting a little physical towards the end of the first half. A few insults being flung across and getting the game heated. But it was the goal that truly turned things around, and the goal came in the second half. And it was Matthew Apter's run, which was unmarked and unchecked. And Kobe with that one-touch finish. Matthew and Kobe combining to get themselves on the score sheet and to make sure that Everton get the win. And Matthew immediately after that went for a shot from outside the box, rattled the crossbar, and that was all thanks to Ranit Sarkar, who got the glove in the way. But Matthew finally got the ball into the dangerous area, set it up for Khalid, and Khalid got it onto his right foot and launched it into the bottom left corner. And the skipper of Everton sealed the deal. But Sanan Mohammed, time and again, getting chances. But this chance by Karthik, which was just set for Sanan, helps him get the goal. And Sanan Mohammed becoming the first forward from India to score a goal against an English side in this edition of the Reliance Foundation Presents Premier League Next Generation Cup. 2-1. Finally, a goal scored by an Indian side against a Premier League side, and that is the only consolation they can take away from it. But Everton clinched this victory, grabbed the all-important 3 points, and closed this group by finishing second under their counterparts from England. The Wolverhampton Wanderers, the West Ham United side, and Everton, all three from the Premier League, will be making it forward to the next stage of the tournament. But it is going to be Wolverhampton Wanderers that will be facing Stellenbosch on the final day for the Next Generation Cup presented by the Reliance Foundation. Join us once again while Everton will take on the team that finished second That is West Ham United, and the Reliance Foundation Young Champs will be taking on ATK Mohan Bagan, and Bengaluru FC will be taking on Sudeva. So all the teams will come back to this hallowed ground of the Reliance Corporate Park here in Gansoli. But as of now, this is the broadcast tuning off. Thank you so much for joining in, and keep supporting football. No matter who's playing it, no matter where it's being played, football is a sport that deserves all the love out there.